It is unbelievable and kind of surreal in the best of ways to be back here, making this version of Scary Movie. I had never done comedy, and I sent in this tape for Scary Movie. Keenan asked me to fly down and audition in front of him. I spent a week auditioning, terrified, broke, terrified, really terrified. I'd never done comedy. I auditioned Monday through Friday. On Friday, I booked the role, and I was flying first class for the first time in my life from LA to Vancouver to start shooting this movie. When Rick Alvarez and Marlon Wayans called me last February and told me that not only is the property back at home with them, but also that they were bringing a bunch of the old gang back together, I felt like I had just been given this huge present, this huge gift where I was gonna be able to return to this franchise in a way that made me giddy. It's been absolutely incredible for me, like one long, joyous high school reunion. Cindy Campbell is less of a character and more of like a malleable Gumby bounce card. I mean, she does so many illogical, stupid, naive, absurd things that it's impossible to have any rationality with her. The thing about Cindy, though, that is consistent is she has good intentions fundamentally. When she sees Brenda, in my opinion, Cindy will do absolutely anything for her best friend. I don't think that Brenda views Cindy as her best friend, but Cindy would kill and die for Brenda Meeks. Regina and I, and the absurdity of the friendship between Brenda Meeks and Cindy Campbell is like, if Scary Movie had a heart, it's in the two of them having this absurd love for each other. I don't think there's a journey that Cindy Campbell can take without Brenda. She loves Shorty. She wants to be in the family, and I think Shorty and Cindy have always had a special friendship, once again, where I think Cindy adores Shorty more than Shorty adores Cindy. That's understandable. But Cindy has a deep loyalty towards the Meeks family. Michael Tiddes is such an awesome director in so many ways. He's always given me the benefit of the doubt. He's always like, oh, that was weird, that was interesting, do more. And I love that he's worked with the Wayans brothers for so long, so he understands so well like how they work, and he's never underestimated me. And I can't ask for anything more out of a director. This shoot has been such an incredibly satisfying journey for me. I get to see all of the faces people that I haven't seen for 20 plus years. And we all get to kind of celebrate together what it became. That thing that we had no idea when we were making it in June of 1999.
If I was to tell a friend about the Scary Movie franchise who hasn't seen it, I would tell them they have absolutely no idea what's coming, and you're just going to be thrust into the present, and everything is off the table in the best way. They're poking fun at the way that parents interact with their children. I think they're poking fun at the way that young Gen Zers interact with Gen Xers or Boomers or anything. Like, I think you're consistently getting completely a battle of generations in this. That's the best part about the movies, is you're like in a dark room and you get to laugh at whatever you want to laugh at and kind of do it anonymously. And I think that like all we want at the end of the day is just to feel like we're in middle school again. We're not supposed to laugh, but we're gonna let ourselves. I could watch Regina absolutely do anything, and she brings such an amazing energy with Brenda because she's simultaneously like totally like innocent and just the mom you want to love, but also like really crazy and suddenly is pointing a gun in your face and you're like, whoa. If I had to tell fans why they should go see Scary Movie in theaters, it would absolutely be because you deserve to laugh in a room full of people. Like, it doesn't happen that much anymore. It's fun to go somewhere and suddenly hear someone roaring with laughter and you're kind of like, why did they find that moment funny? But then you're roaring with laughter and nobody else is. And then you're like, oh my God, I'm so crazy for this moment. And you just constantly, it's like this amazing give and take. I have not been in a movie theater in a really long time where I think there are going to be as many laughs as there are going to be in Scary Movies. The most refreshing part about working on Scary Movies is I get to set and I suddenly feel this ability to feel like I'm 7 years old again. And these people, this team, everybody on the crew is a part of that as well. Like, they are all encouraging us to be our freest selves. And I hope that that radiates off of the screen and allows people who are watching this movie to also feel free to laugh. I just feel like comedy is how we connect. It is the best way to suddenly crack the ice with someone, is just make a joke. And there's a lot of jokes getting made, so get ready.
I think I've always had a sense of humor, you know what I mean? The sense of timing, that's always been naturally since I was 3 or 4. But if you're talking about like the old school physical comedian stuff, that goes way back to, Buster Keaton and Harold Lloyd, Three Stooges. That's where, like, I would say the physical stuff came from, And then the other, I just was the class clown. You have to see the movie about how we concocted how Doofy comes back in the first place. But, let's be clear that we are a parody and we're spoofing the Scream for the most part. There's other characters, but my character is a direct sort of parody in terms of linear line work for like a David Arquette with Dewey. But I think here Doofy is more like he's got a chance to get back in the game. And he never caught Ghostface. But that's the funny part, because he is Ghostface in the first one. When you spoof something, you have to spoof something that's popular, that you're mocking out. And so with the real success of Scream and horror coming back big, that it certainly set the stage for Scary Movie because we're making fun of stuff that is recognizable in the lexicon, But in terms of just not a spoof, in just terms of that type of Wayans brother humor, I believe that you need release in society. So we're in a very tense place in society, and people do look for that release, you know what I mean? And so anytime tensions kind of rise in our society and that you can kind of track that back, that some of the best comedies have come out of that same era. We're in rare air to be part of a film that we made 25 years ago that's been in the, cultural aspect for all these years, that have maintained sort of popularity. And just to come back and all of us, they're like, okay, we got to take the Bengay and ibuprofen because we're going to get physical and funny here as long as our knees can take it. I haven't seen Honest since Scary Movie, as that's 25 years. So it's been interesting to meet everybody like that. And then you have this other aspect that here's these young guns, and there's a lot of them, it's their first film. The reason we're doing this is those kids are the reason. I can't wait to see them become stars. I'm telling you, I get teary thinking about it.
I am Gregg Wayans. I was drafted with the 11th pick in the Wayans family. I'm playing the role of Brad Meeks. It feels amazing to join the franchise. I think it means a lot. It really didn't sink in until I got here, like day one, it sunk in. This is crazy. This is unhinged. This is ridiculous. It's funny. Which uncle does the script feel most like? Definitely Marlon, For sure. This is I call it Shorty movie 6. Honestly, my first day was a scene with Regina, and it was very surreal because I've known Regina for a long time, but I haven't seen her in years. So just to see her like in character as Brenda and to like put it together like, damn, like she's playing my mama. It was surreal. And my actual mom was coming out in some of the stuff that she was saying, and it was just really funny. She kills her role as Brenda. I think all the scary movies kind of definitely toe the line, but definitely the Wayans ones, you know, like they definitely gonna walk the line. And I feel like that's what makes movies. That's what people want to see, though. Like nobody goes to see like outrageous comedy without expecting to see outrageous stuff. So I'm like happy that that's back in a good way. I think it's very important to make fun of things. I mean, the world is serious, and we have to find ways to laugh at our pain and our struggles. I feel like that's really the only way to kind of keep going. So you got to find the humor and stuff. If you're just serious about everything, you probably end up in a real dark place. So comedy is super important. All of you fans should go see scary movies in theaters because it is by far going to be the funniest comedy you've seen in years and the funniest scary movie you've seen since Scary Movie 2. It's gonna be absolutely ridiculous, and I don't know, you might leave crying. Happy tears.
It's great, you know, I love working with my brothers, and I'm having a lot of fun. Everybody's so great, you know, our makeup, hair, everybody, we're like a little family, so it's wonderful. It's just what we need, you know, just what we need, some real belly laughter, some deep belly laughter. I'm playing Nurse Ratchett. The name says it all. The name and the she's a nurse that you would prefer not to be under her care. You might not necessarily make it out of the hospital room if Nurse Ratchett is looking out for you. They wrote the character in the script, and then they asked me if I want to do it. If I said yes, and then I think about, okay, well, who this character, based on what they wrote, then I bring my own stuff to it, my own work to it, my own interpretation of who this woman is to it. It's great to be back with my family, and I gotta, say that it's wonderful to be on this lot. This is my first time on Tyler Perry's lot, and it's just like such an immense feeling of pride and joy to be on this lot and to see what he's had the vision to create. Get up off your behinds and come see this movie.
I was really excited when Shawn and Marlon got the rights back because I knew that this was special to them. And then when they reached out and said, "Hey, do you want to be part of it?" I was like, "Oh man!" I had to contain my excitement because I thought this isn't a really good negotiating strategy if I just jump up and down and go, "I'm there, just let me know." One of my friends said to me, they said, "Wow, isn't that amazing to think that you're part of something that was such pop culture that you're revisiting a movie 25 years later in your career?" So yeah, I was I'm very blessed, very fortunate and grateful that Shawn and Marlon included me in this journey. The first thing that really slapped me in the face was just how awesome it was to be in the room with Keegan and Shawn and Marlon. And what's really great about that family is that they're so supportive of improv. They really do challenge you to bring those whatever moments that you can generate to the screen, whether it works or not. Being back on this set was interesting for me because the first day when I saw Regina's the one that I haven't physically seen since the premiere of the first Scary Movie. So that was the first time I physically had seen Regina for 25 years. I'd seen Anna in Vancouver on a lot, probably in around 2007. So again, almost 20 years since I've seen Anna. Shawn and Marlon, like I said, we've been doing movies throughout, so I see them every once in a while. But it was like, they just all haven't changed to me. It's just, I feel like we've just honestly picked up where we left off. It's just really, really cool to see different ages of people, even the younger crew members that that had to revisit the movie because they were so young when they saw it. So it's really special. The one thing I love about the Wayans family is that they make movies that they think are funny and that make them laugh, and they hope you come along for the journey. That's what I would say to the new generation of people that are about to see this film, is that, you know, we're back to a grittier type of humor, and to hang on and to just enjoy it. There's a certain energy that comedies create within an audience that is infectious, and I think that energy from the crowd sort of just feeds from the performances that are happening. So I think it'd be really cool if people went out to see this movie together in a big auditorium. There are certain films that you just really need to see in a movie theater, and I think this is one of them.
Yo, what's up? Marlon Wayans. I am part of the writing, producing team, and I play the role of Shorty, son. Feels like home, you know, and it feels good. I mean, to have Anna, Regina, myself, Shawn back, and all the way we've incorporated the new cast and brought back some of the olds. I think the audience is going to have a lot of fun, a lot of Easter eggs, and a lot of laughs to really enjoy themselves. We always put a lot of Wayanses in our projects, you know, and Keegan did I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, he started the tradition. It's just, we squad deep, and it's good, you know, you're teaching the young ones how to do it, and them watching their uncles and their dads do it, you know, it kind of just, you know, you could tell people all you want, but I think the best way to teach people is just to show them. We never thought about the impact as we were doing it, you know. I think we were just artists that just wanted to make noise. We just wanted to make people laugh. And a lot of times, a lot of people, you know, they didn't get it. But we knew we was on to something. We knew the truth and the culture and the humor that we had. When we came out with Scary Movie, it was the first of its kind. A parody brought to you by African Americans featuring a diverse cast. What are you talking about? Exploring the culture and exploring humor and exploring these characters that haven't been really seen or explored. And, you know, it's what we do. And this one is no different. There's 20 some odd years that has gone by. So, you know, we got a new cast of people that we brought in. So it's going to be humor from different points of view and from different ages and generations. And I think it's something for everybody in this movie. Shorty back in 2000, he was a knucklehead. He was a weed head. Cut to 25 years later, he's doing the same exact thing. He's smoking weed, gaming, you know, basically wilding out and putting it on video. Same thing he did then, except for now, those are the people that's getting rich. So Shorty is kind of like the rich one, but he's still living in the basement. He's still Shorty, but son, he got a weed company. Scary Movie is a perfect movie to come out this summer because I feel like everybody needs a laugh. We haven't had a great comedy in theaters in so long. Everybody's been taking everything so serious, and the world just needs to come together, laugh at our differences. You know, me and my brothers, we are equal opportunity offenders. Everybody get it. I think we're gonna deliver something special to the theaters. The world needs this laugh, not just LA, not just New York, not just Chicago. Everybody needs this laugh. I don't feel like we felt that party, we felt that energy, we felt that good. And I think there ain't nothing like a laugh to get a party started. There's some scary stuff that happens, but we use the scary tension to get you to the joke. It's all about the joke. I don't want to be too scary. I want people to laugh. Once you feel that tension, then, you feel like you're going to be scared, and then here come a fart joke. But tension, comedy, and horror have a similar rhythm. Listen to the advice of anybody black inside that horror movie. Do what they do. You hear a noise? Don't go to it. Go that way. So if you get a phone call, you don't recognize the number, don't pick it up. I assume it's spam. I send it right to voice message. Be like, I don't pick up calls of numbers I don't know. I do. I'll write them that message. I ain't picking it up. I don't know you. I ain't picking it up. So there's definitely rules, but ask any black person, listen to those rules. They know how to survive. We survive real life. Fuck a movie.
I'm Michael Tiddes, and I'm the director of Scary Movie. I cut my teeth in this industry coming up under the Wayans brothers crew. I first got a job working for Rick Alvarez as his assistant, who is the producer partner for the Wayans brothers. So we've known each other for quite a long time. And about 2 years ago, it was like 2024-ish, he hit me up and said, dude, I got the Scary Movie franchise back and we're writing, so get ready. What's exciting about this movie is that we have the core four back. Shawn, Marlon, Anna, and Regina. They're back in their original roles. For me, they're the heartbeat of this franchise. So having Shawn, Marlon, and Regina and Anna back was just a fantastic experience. They're all just pros. They know their characters so well, and they're just fantastic to work with. The main heartbeat of this film really ended up revolving around Scream 5 and 6, but mainly 5 because it was a reboot in itself, and it also played with the idea of legacy characters, getting new characters and bringing them together and merging legacy and new characters and introducing them to an audience that, are also a legacy audience and possible new audience. And the first day it was so exciting. I mean, there was just an electricity on the set, the cameras were getting up and lights were coming on, cast was arriving, the crew, you could feel it in the air, like you could cut it with a knife. Improv is a big part of any Wayans Brothers production. It is, I think, the lightning in the bottle of comedy. You want to really kind of capture something that's in the moment and, exciting. But I like to create environments that feel safe to my actors. There's no wrong idea, there's no wrong direction, there's no wrong, you try everything. I think I lost count, on day 2 with how many Wayans are there. But this one, look, a Wayans Brothers movie is always a family affair, and it's exciting because they're all so uniquely hilarious, and they all have a very unique perspective on comedy, so they all bring something different. I think audiences fell in love with the Scary Movie franchise because it's a bold, edgy, risk-taking comedy that keeps you on your edge of the seats because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how far they will go. And you have to expect anything. And I think that's exciting. And there's nothing better than getting into a theater with, a large audience and seeing a joke play and hearing it just roar, and the feeling of community when everyone's laughing together. Sometimes at themselves, sometimes at others. It's just, it's a fantastic thing.
I am Olivia Keegan, and I play Sara. Well, when I first heard about it and heard that I got the role, I think one of my first thoughts was probably like, is this real? Is this a dream? And then I just started happy crying. It felt like a euphoric sort of fever dream, and then slowly set in over time. Sara is Cindy's daughter, and Sara takes after her, a fair amount because of DNA and everything, but also carries a pretty deep resentment because Cindy wasn't the best mother. In scary movies, you don't expect there to be stories about family and love and meaning, but, you might walk away with some lessons about that. Also, Anna is just one of the most, generous people and scene partners I've ever had. It's very moving and just amazing. Nobody's holding themselves back. And so much of it too, the script is so tight and there's so many culturally relevant jokes in there, but also the stuff that everybody's improving too. It's just this unlimited mirror of society's ridiculousness. It's a good freaking time. It's just, I mean, I grew up watching these films, and when I would have parties at my house or at friends' houses, it's always playing in the background, and it's always just a part of that happy, joyful undercurrent that you want to be able to feel with your friends.
Well, you know, when I first heard about it, I was wondering what will it feel like to be back with everyone, but honestly, it is. It's like riding a bike. As soon as I read the script, as soon as we were on set together, as soon as we got into, or for me for sure, as soon as I got into wardrobe and hair and makeup, it was so much fun, I have to say, to see like Cindy and, of course I'm calling them character names, Shorty and Ray. You know, Brenda loves Ray. And then also really great Doofy, everyone from the years that we all worked together. But it was also exciting to see a lot of new cast members who are so funny, so talented, and they were like a breath of fresh air. The one thing I loved when I read the script was that they didn't shy away from being true to Wayans' comedy and Wayans' humor. And it wasn't safe. It's not safe. It's irreverent and hilarious, and I felt like they stayed, you know, very true to what the franchise is, and they didn't try to veer away from that. And Scary Movie 1 and 2, I mean, they're R-rated comedies. You know, it's a balls to the wall, no pun intended. For me, that was really exciting because I love humor like that. Unfortunately, I like a little dirty humor. Brenda's a mom now. She's a mom now. I don't know if she's a great mom. She's a loving mom. She needs boundaries. Or maybe the children need boundaries from Brenda. But she does love being around her kids. And she's a single mom who loves her kids. And now that is the only way she sees herself, as a mom. True love doesn't die. And I think she and Ray have something timeless. And he's there fighting for her love again. The thing about improv is you have to feel like it's a safe space to do it in. But what's great about this set is, you know, you can do your own. If somebody else sees something, you know, Marlon will throw me stuff, Shawn, it's like, it's very organic. I definitely think that Brenda is Cindy's best friend, for sure. And Cindy is Brenda's really good friend. But Brenda doesn't have a ton of friends, so I think Cindy's it by default. She has become the best because no one else is on Brenda's level. So yeah, they're best friends for different reasons. They got there differently, different paths, but same destination. Definitely besties. I wouldn't die for the bitch, but I love her with all my heart. Watching the success of it and watching audiences from different generations have a response, and then to be able to come, because I was 17 in that first one. I turned 18 the first day of shooting, and now I'm 32. So I've survived many kind of things.
Me and my sister especially watched Scary Movie and just kept watching it, and I feel like the first time we watched it we definitely didn't get all the humor, and then as we got older we definitely got more and more of it. And I never in a million years thought that I would be here. This is nuts. I was totally nervous. I mean, yeah, it is this huge franchise, and I didn't know what to expect. And then as soon as I got here, it just was so warm and welcoming. Everyone was just so loving and kind and just so excited to be here. And so all of that just kind of melted away, and it's just felt fun ever since. It's felt like summer camp. It's just the best thing ever. I came on set, and the first person I saw was Marlon, and he just immediately was like, "Thank you so much for being here. Welcome," and gave me the biggest hug. And it has just been that energy all the way through. They really were all so inviting and excited to have new cast members, and all the new cast members are just fantastic. And so it was really lovely. It didn't feel like the legacy characters and the new cast. It really all blended into one family, and yeah, it was beautiful. Elle knows what she wants, and she's not afraid to go after it, and she doesn't care what anyone thinks, and, you know, she will just never stops surprising you, and everyone zigs, she zags, and she's just wild energy, always down for a good time. If you haven't already fallen in love with the franchise, this film is standalone going to be amazing. So if you haven't already, this one will loop you in. And for those who are fans of the franchise, this is going to be a just crazy, wonderful ride. It's gonna be a good welcome into the Scary Movie franchise, and everyone who's been watching it, it won't disappoint.
I'm Savannah Nassif, and I played Tuesday. Stepping into such an iconic franchise that's, so funny and has Hall of Famers in it. I mean, it's definitely as equally as exciting as it was nerve-wracking. I think exciting because it is so iconic and you're so honored to be a part of it, but it is nerve-wracking because you sense the pressure and the expectations that a lot of the fans are setting up for it, but I think we're gonna make them very happy. The legacy cast is so nice, humble, grounded, down to earth. And it's crazy because just hearing the names like Marlon, Shawn, Regina on it, you're going into it knowing how iconic they are. I mean, like I said, they are Hall of Famers when it comes to comedy. And walking into it, you kind of maybe think they're going to, sense that they are that iconic and maybe have a certain vibe with them, but they don't. They immediately welcomed us with open arms. They love to collaborate with us. They love to have fun, and they've just been so nice and welcoming to us, and it's been the best experience. Scary Movies, we do a really, really great job of capturing not only a lot of the nostalgia for the original fans, but also referencing a lot of current situations and the way our world is in the current climate. We capture a lot of that for our current generation and maybe even the younger generation. We talk about politics, we go into influencers, we go into everything that now in 2025. So I think it's doing a really great job of capturing everything for everyone, so then people of all ages can relate and enjoy it. I really hope that they like Tuesday and they think that she's funny, but I hope what they really see is all the different layers there are to her. I went into a really deep dive of trying to kind of create a character myself, but then also referencing Jenna Ortega's characters from Scream and Wednesday. So trying to spoof those in a way that's also, paying respect to her because she's so iconic in those roles and she does such a fantastic job. Spoofing them in a tasteful way to where people know that it's a reference to those characters, but then also adding my own sense to it and kind of creating a third little character to just mesh into one big character as Tuesday. I hope they see that. Comedy has always been important in our world. It brings people together in a way that not a lot of other genres can, but specifically for today's climate, there's not really that many comedies that can bring people together like this one. So I really hope people get together, they go to the movies and see it in theaters and seeing it together and just all laughing with each other and kind of finding that escape. From the first day of filming and I walked in, it was just nothing but laughter. And even though you're on a time crunch and you're trying to make sure you get these scenes done, it still felt so relaxed and welcoming and just hilarious. I mean, some of the hospital scenes, it didn't feel like work. You just feel like, it feels like we're honestly at a camp and we're just taking acting master classes with these crazy, amazing comedians. I'm super excited for audiences to see this movie. I think we have been missing this type of comedy, a big, crazy, belly laugh comedy. I don't think it's been in the media and in the entertainment world for probably 10 plus years. And I think that we've been missing this from movies, and I'm so excited for people to see it. We've been working incredibly hard on it, and I know you guys are gonna love it.
My name is Shawn Wayans. I'm co-writer and co-producer of Scary Movie, and I play the character Gay Ray. It feels good to be back and to be having fun. The energy is the same. I'm trying to stay in character, on character, and with the same cadence as I played him in the first two Scary Movies. We just want people to come and sit back and laugh. I think laughter is always important. I think we could use a little bit more laughter in the time and the climate that we live in. But I think laughter is always important, no matter what time you're living in. But definitely we could use more laughs now. I think it's super cool. I think we got a super talented new cast. They're all funny and really good actors and performers, and they all have all great and wonderful personalities. So it's been very cool. It was quite the reunion seeing Anna and Regina for the first time, and I haven't seen neither one of them in probably about 18, maybe 19 years. Gave each other big hugs, and we was happy to see each other, and we picked up where we left off in the last Scary Movie, with just having fun and helping each other out with other funny stuff to do, and just reminiscing of old times and catching up with each other. They were little kids when we did the original Scary Movie. So, you know, they were the little babies on set, and they were always, you know, intrigued by what we were doing, and, you know, they were making notes like, okay, I'll see you in 20 years, you know. So it's really nice. It's adorable to see my nephew, little Gregg, and Craig, who's one of the co-writers and producers. And then we also have my daughter, Marlon's son, and my son doing a scene in here too. So it's been cool to watch the next generation put together their little plan. If you're a fan of the Scary Movie franchise, then I say come check this latest installment of Scary Movie out. We're trying to, you know, trying to make you laugh and have a good time.